project management professional, or PMP, how much time do you need to obtain this certification? My name is Alcides Santo Pietro, and I'm an instructor of PMI-related exam preparatory trainings like the PMP, PMI ACP, Discipline Agile Scrum Master, and Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master. In this video, I'm going to explain to you a little bit of how much effort you need to pass the PMP exam. First of all, the easiest answer that I can give to this question is it depends. It depends on each person, and it's true. I have a student of mine that I just actually that just passed the exam. He took the preparatory course with me a few months ago, and he told me that he studied for 3 full days. Well, 3 full days, that's not an enormous amount of time to study for such a complex exam. I would say he's kind of in an outlier position. Normally, I would say you should plan for something between 50 and 100 hours of study in addition to the preparatory training that you might want to take. So preparatory training, a training that is focused to prepare you for the exam, will have a duration of at least 35 hours. 35 hours at least. The official PMP preparatory course, the courseware provided by PMI, is very dense. You have to go through a number of topics, and often, or sometimes, what you see is a preparatory training that will provide more than 35 hours or contact hours. So think about 40, maybe 45 contact hours as a preparatory training to get you there. Well, once you finish your training, your study is not finished. You need to invest some time to prepare for this exam, and that will depend. The amount of time will depend on your pace. It will depend on how you study, how well organized you are. If you have a space where you can concentrate, if you're studying for 1 hour per day, or if you're taking half days to study, or a full week, or that depends on many factors. I would say, rule of thumb, 50 to 100 hours of preparatory or studies after you finish your preparatory training. So 35 hours of preparatory training plus 50 to 100 hours of studies. And then if you take into account how many hours you're going to study per week or per day, then you are going to have an idea of how much time, how many weeks or months you will need to feel ready to pass the exam. However, the most important thing that you need to consider when you are preparing for the exam is not only the number of hours, but the number of questions, the number of exam-like questions that you go through, that you take, that you do, that you execute, that you study to practice what you're going to see in your actual exam. So your actual exam is composed of 180 questions. I would say if you want to be comfortable to pass the exam, you should have between 500 and 1,000 questions of practice before getting to the exam. So there are lots of sources of exam-like questions, online sources. There are books that you can buy. There are free resources online. There are resources that you need to buy, but these questions are out there. And if you want to prepare for the PMP exam, in addition to thinking about how many hours you need, or how many weeks or months, think about how many questions you are going to do to practice for the exam, and think about something between 500 and 1,000 questions. Take that as a rule of thumb, I won't say an average, but an estimated number that comes from my experience, from experience that I bring from my students that prepare for the PMP exam. All right, so I hope this video helps your studies, help you prepare for the PMP exam, and see you next time.